Please buckle up.
Las Vegas is known for being expensive, but some of the best things you can do in Vegas are completely free. And I'm not just talking about the obvious stuff. We're going to show you 9 free experiences you shouldn't miss, including a few that most first-time visitors don't even know exist. If it's your first time in Vegas or you haven't been in a while, it's easy to overlook some of these. So we're mixing some classics with a few surprises along the way, starting with something a lot of people didn't know you could even do. And that's the Vegas Loop. This is an underground transportation system that runs beneath parts of the Strip and the Convention Center. A Tesla and a human driver take you through this futuristic tunnel system. While they do charge for some rides, I took a ride from Fontainebleau to Resort World, and that was completely free except for the tip I gave the driver. But your cost is going to depend on your pickup and drop-off point. You can check out the website, which is where you'd arrange for your ride for the most current pricing and station options. And there are even stations at the airport, which hopefully are going to be up and running soon with more stations to come. And speaking of futuristic experiences, you have to try the Zoox. This is a fully autonomous vehicle. No driver, no steering wheel, and these vehicles were all built from the ground up specifically for this purpose. They're in the testing stage right now in Vegas, and they're completely free, although I imagine they will start charging at some point. There are quite a few of these Zoox actually on the road. I was surprised at how many there were. And I took a ride completely for the experience purpose. I went from Resorts World to Luxor. I really can't get over that I'm in a driverless car. This feels very weird. There may be some slight differences in the colors, but otherwise all the Zoox look the same. I've got one right next to me. I will say I was really surprised at how many of them you find on the street. There are quite a bit of them, and they're really popular. I'm sure as a novelty, it's also free transportation. They only run to limited places, but I waited about 30 minutes for my Zoox. I ordered it right when I got there because I was afraid they might have one right away, but as it turns out, they didn't. So I waited about 30 minutes. This was definitely worth the ride, and I would say, if only for novelty's sake, you need to figure out a way to take one of these while you're in Vegas. All right, from futuristic to more classic Vegas energy, and that's Fremont Street. Fremont Street is a completely different vibe than the Strip, and the light show in the canopy is one of the best free experiences in Vegas. The entire ceiling lights up with massive visuals and music and really adds to the energy of that corridor. You've also got live performers, street acts, and the more historic casinos to explore. If it's your first time in Vegas, Fremont Street's a must. And if you're looking for nostalgia, don't miss out on this next one. It's the Pinball Hall of Fame. The Pinball Hall of Fame is one of the most unique stops in Vegas, and it's easy to miss if you don't know about it. It's basically a massive warehouse of pinball machines from a multitude of decades. And what makes it even better, this is a 501c3 nonprofit. So after their monthly expenses, rent, insurance, their endowment savings, etc., all of the money goes to nonprofits, mostly the Salvation Army. Now you probably want to bring a few dollars to play. Most of the machines cost between 50 cents and $1, but just walking through and seeing everything is free. They're open every day from Sunday to Thursday, 10 to 9, and Friday and Saturday, 10 to 10. I spent more time and had more fun here than I anticipated, and I definitely recommend that you put it on your itinerary. Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize is that there is free live music all over Vegas. Fremont Street has nightly concerts, and many casinos have free live bands and performances. You don't need a ticket, you don't need a plan, just walk around and you'll run into something. It's one of the easiest ways to add some energy and fun into your night without spending $1. Now, right in the middle of the Strip, if you need a zen moment, go to the Flamingo Wildlife Habitat at the Flamingo. Real flamingos, waterfalls, koi pond. It's just a little bit of quiet in the middle of chaos. It's not something you're going to spend hours at, and I wouldn't go really out of my way, but when you're in that area, I would just pop in, especially if you need just a little break from the crowds. Now, the Venetian is probably one of the most impressive hotels on the Strip, and you can explore a lot of it for free. You can walk through the Grand Canal shops, admire the amazing ceiling. It really feels a little like you're outside, and watch gondolas pass by. And you don't have to pay to ride the gondola. You can watch them glide through the water under a bridge, and if you stick around, you're probably even going to hear a gondolier singing a romantic song. And now we're going to move from Venice to Rome at the Caesars Forum shops. Even if you're not shopping, the theme alone is worth the walkthrough. There's plenty of Roman architecture and fountains, and the Fall of Atlantis show, which is kind of a kitschy, over-the-top Vegas moment with thunder and fire and water. The show plays Thursday through Monday, noon to 8, every hour on the hour. But even if your schedule doesn't accommodate that, as you're walking through, take a moment to stop at the 50,000-gallon aquarium that's right next to the Fall of Atlantis. And we're going to go down a few doors to the Bellagio. Inside the Bellagio is the conservatory, and it is one of the most beautiful free attractions in the city. The entire space changes with the seasons, with thousands of flowers and incredibly detailed displays. It's easy to walk through quickly, but this is one where it's worth slowing down and really looking at everything. Every time I go to Vegas, I always stop at the conservatory and see what the display is. It's always awe-inspiring what they do with the space. It feels really magical. And then of course, outside, the very Vegas Bellagio Fountains. Now this is on everybody's list, and for good reason. Water dances up to 460 feet in the air, choreographed to a variety of music from Frank Sinatra to modern day pop. This show is impressive during the day, but is most impressive at night. It's dramatic, a little over the top, and perfectly Vegas. Vegas doesn't have to be expensive, and honestly, some of these free experiences are the ones you'll remember most. If you're planning a trip to Vegas, this is a great place to start. And if you want more of our Vegas content, check it out right here. From Suitcase Packed Will Travel, this is Kathy. We'll see you in the next one.